All right, Apion, I got a question for you.
What is it?
So, James Gunn's Superman's coming out. I want you to rate your favorite Superman,
Rate my favorite Superman?
and then I want you to rate your favorite Clark Kent. I want your favorite Superman, whether it be show, cartoon, or even the serials in the 40s. Superman, as Superman, and then I want you to rate your favorite Clark Kent.
Okay, rate my favorite Superman.
Superman, yeah. Let's do Superman. Shows, whether it be shows, or cartoon, or
Man,
movies.
Christopher Reeves is the best at both.
Yeah?
Like, he
So-
definitely is the best Clark Kent. Like, by far. Like, creating the whole, like...
The goofiness?
Where he has bad posture and all this extra stuff. I really like that. And then he turns it on. Like, that actually sells the illusion that it'd be harder to just, oh, I don't know that Clark is him. It's not just he wears glasses or he doesn't. Like, he truly has a different personality and a hunch and everything.
Yeah.
But Superman, God, Tyler from Superman and Lois is up there. And his Clark, too. But I think it's going to be Christopher Reeves.
For both?
Maybe not for Superman.
No?
Actually, he's incredible as both. Okay, yeah.
Well, because
He's going to be number one for both.
Well, because I understand the Superman with Christopher Reeves because he is the big boy blues.
Yeah, when
Boy
I think
Scout.
of Superman in my mind, like
Yes.
when I close my eyes, I see his image. Like,
Because he's teaching
You know?
lessons. Like, he's all like, here you go, little girl.
sorry, Henry Cavill, you're not Superman. I know it's a hot take. People are going to be mad at me. Oh, but he's down the list. He's definitely beyond Tyler. Actually, he's actually under Brandon Routh. He's actually under Brandon Routh, and he's under... I actually even put Henry Cavill under the Lois and Clark guy.
Dean Cain.
Dean Cain. He's more of a Superman. Tom Welling and I haven't even watched...
He wasn't
I haven't even watched
Superman.
Smallville. Okay, fair.
So,
He's only Clark then.
yeah.
So where would you put him? Okay, let me keep going on my list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, make the
Okay,
list,
so
please.
number one, Christopher Reeves. Number two is gonna be... I'm gonna say Tyler from Superman and Lois. That show made me
For
cry.
Superman
And Clark.
and Clark.
Yeah.
So, Chris Reeves and then Tyler for both. Superman, 1,
Yeah,
2.
Chris Reeves,
Clark Kent, 1,
Chris
2.
Reeves gets the number one spot for both because he's...
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even trying to just glaze the old
Yeah.
superhero. He's just that good.
Yeah.
So Christopher Reeves, number one for me, both. Then number two is Tyler Holton from Superman and Lois.
Hoechlin.
Sorry, Tyler Hoechlin. I know a lot of people say he's ugly or whatever, but he is perfect in my opinion for Superman. I liked it so much. I liked him in the CW Arrowverse when he was introduced, and I liked his own show. I like that one. That show is more perfect than the Arrow because the Arrow has a lot of downwards spirals when that show is just nice and tight. So yeah, those are the first two. Number three is going to be...
Ooh. The thought. This was a good one.
Ah, man, Superman, the third best Superman in my opinion. Live action only. I'm just gonna think of live action ones, no cartoon. I don't even know like the name of the cartoon. Like, I know like a lot of people like Jack Quaid was in that My Adventures, but I wouldn't put him up.
And then Tim Daly was Adventures of Superman,
Yeah.
and I forget the Justice League Superman because
Yeah.
he is a different voice, but
Yeah. I know Jerry
O'Connell did it in the cartoons.
in that
Yeah.
one, Death of Superman, right? But nah, I wouldn't put him. I think three. Because I haven't seen Smallville, so I can't use Tom Welling. That wouldn't be fair.
Yeah.
So my third favorite Clark Kent, it's definitely not Henry Cavill. He is shit. He
Yeah.
is like the bottom of the barrel. I'm so sorry. I know people
And
like
it's
those
crazy,
movies.
'cause
I know people like those movies, but he's awful.
We
as Clark.
wanted him to be Superman again, and we
Yeah.
were so excited. And then we watched Superman,
Oh.
and I go, dude, he's not Superman.
He's not.
He's like the Hulk in Man of Steel. It's watching the Hulk, and then Batman v Superman. It's like
Superman says that. That's a very Superman line.
Nah.
Why'd you say that name,
Martha?
But okay, no, he's not three. God, Dean Cain, I think, because I've watched that show,
Yeah, you
Superman.
like it? You dig
Lois and Clark.
Yeah.
I remember watching that growing up, and I didn't hate it or anything. I thought it was pretty solid.
Okay.
And Dean Cain had the look. He was very charming and everything, and I think he did a good Clark Kent too, from my memory.
Yeah, mullet, and he had
better than Henry Cavill.
and it was mullet Clark Kent in the beginning too. It was crazy.
Better than Henry Cavill, right? Is there any other live action I'm missing?
No, I mean the 40 serial, but if you didn't see that, I'm not going to hold that against
I
you.
remember watching it. It was like when I was a kid.
Because we had George Reeves, and then I forget who the other guy was.
I don't have enough memory to say that would just not be genuine. So third is going to be Dean Cain, and then fourth would have to be Cavill. Dead last in both categories. Sorry, I know Zack Snyder fanboys out there or Henry Cavill. I like Henry Cavill as an actor. I think he's very talented, but he was not. Zack Snyder's direction for Superman let him down.
Yeah.
And he was never Clark Kent. Never once did I believe he was Clark Kent. They don't care about water damage in their apartment. They just him and Lois Lane just letting fucking water go everywhere.
And that low, when he called her low, it was very forced.
Yeah, their chemistry wasn't very good. But yeah, so that's my list. That's my list of live action. It goes Christopher Reeves, Tyler. No wait, I missed one. Brandon Routh for the movie we were just talking about, Superman Returns. So Brandon Routh above Dean Cain.
Okay, yeah.
For both because he tried to do Christopher Reeves, so he's like third.
Gotcha.
I would put him above Tyler, but we got so much more time with Tyler's Clark and Superman that I really got to see the character get envisioned. So yeah, that's my list. Christopher 1, Tyler 2, Brandon Routh 3, then Dean Cain, and all the way at the bottom, Henry Cavill. Whoop. Sorry. All right.
That's
your turn.
I like your list. So for me, Clark Kent would have to be Tom Welling. That was my Clark Kent.
Yeah.
That's because you get to see Clark Kent evolve from a teenage kid with hardly any powers, and then we see him morph into what turns into Superman. So we see the nerdy Clark Kent evolve, but we get this third Clark Kent that we don't really see with everyone else. Well, we kind of see with Tyler's. That's why I think I liked it too. Because he goes back to Smallville. With Tom Welling's, we get this like third Clark Kent we didn't get in the movies. It's like the one who turns into both. We see in Smallville him kind of separate into Superman and the bumbling Clark Kent. And then we get to see this third Clark Kent like between his mom and dad and his friends and shit. So that's why that one.
Of course.
And then the second Clark Kent I think would be Christopher Reeves because dude, I wouldn't buy that guy being Superman. Like, oh yeah, well excuse me.
Yeah, he hunches over and he does all this extra stuff.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it's just amazing. And then the third I think would be, well, I tie Christopher Reeves with Brandon Routh because it's a continuation of that one.
Trying to do the same character.
So Brandon Routh / Chris Reeves, like he mimics him perfect to me, and he does his own thing.
I know, I agree, but I just think I like Tyler just a little bit more. He just slightly edges him out.
Well, for Clark Kent, Tyler is that because
I don't want to confuse people. So number one for you was Tom Welling.
That's Clark Kent, yes.
Yeah, he wasn't on my list because I haven't watched all Smallville.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be.
Yeah.
We're all about being real here.
Yes.
So yeah, sorry. So Tom Welling number 1, number 2 was Christopher Reeves, number 3 was Brandon.
Well, maybe 2.5 is Brandon. Like, it's not because then 3 is Tyler. Because, like I said, he goes back to Smallville and we get to see his relationship. It flashes back to him coming back from his 10-year journey in the Fortress of Solitude, his training, and seeing Lana engage with someone else, and you see that heartbreak, dude. All the emotions in it. You see him like there's a montage.
And Superman and Lois.
Yeah, Superman and Lois. Yes, Tyler Hoechlin.
Yeah.
And Superman and Lois, you get a montage because they don't reboot the whole thing. We don't see him coming Superman until later. They do a 5-minute montage of him meeting Lois, and they show him falling in love with Lois. You see the instant he falls in love with Lois when he goes into the Daily Planet, and then it shows him fly in and save a boy. And the kid goes, "Wow, cool costume." And he's like, and it's not Superman.
That line delivery.
Because he hasn't been Superman yet. So he catches the car, puts it down, and you see his face brighten up and goes, "Thanks, my mom made it."
Yeah.
And I'm all like, because that's not Superman. That was Clark going like, "Thanks, dude. I appreciate it." Because it's his first save. Like, it was just amazing. And then you see the montage continue on of him in Smallville proposing to Lois. And he takes her to the field, like his home. That's where he's home at. Not the fortress, not Metropolis. His home is Smallville. So he takes Lois to Smallville and asks her to marry her. And then reveals, like, who he is. And then also when he even shows Lana who he is, it's like he does it in Smallville. Like it's just, and it shows him that he's more Clark Kent than Superman. Yes, yeah, in that show too, along with the Smallville the show. So Tyler to me is number 3 because the heart of Superman is Clark Kent, and that shows how strong Clark Kent is in that show.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
like I know it's called Superman and Lois, but no, it should have been Clark and Lois. Like,
but there already is.
Yeah. So there was Lois and Clark. The Adventures of Superman.
Yeah. We gotta find names that haven't been taken yet.
So then it scatters. Clark Kent scatters throughout the rest and stuff, and then dead last, I believe, has to be Henry Cavill for me.
I
love the guy as Geralt of Rivia, and like I wanted him to be Superman again because I was like, let's get that Superman feeling from him. But yeah, I watched Man of Steel, and it's just the Hulk. It's just the Hulk. Like it just people punching each other and throwing and destroying stuff, and like it's the Battle of Harlem and the Incredible Hulk. But so for Superman,
yeah, because now we're on Superman.
I gotta tell you, Tyler I think is up there.
Dude.
Oh,
where's Dean Cain on your list?
I mean, he's probably next.
Below Henry Cavill?
No, because in the cartoon ones...
I mean, you could put him...
No. Because then a couple of cartoons, like The Adventures of Superman, I like that one and all that stuff. And then...
And he was in Supergirl, too. Like, he's...
Yeah, that was good, too. Well, he's in Smallville as the Undying Man. Who's that guy? The guy who... He's in Heroes of Tomorrow. Vandal Savage.
Oh, Vandal
They can't call him Vandal Savage, but he's Vandal Savage.
Right.
But yeah, it's so good. He's
so Superman now. Okay.
So Tyler, I think is top.
Really, number 1?
Yeah.
And over Christopher Reeves?
Yeah.
Wow. People in the comments.
Yeah, because that show showed how much Superman is willing to risk. When they did the Doomsday episode, I mean, he had kids and a wife to defend. And it kind of made it more... It made the situation more dire. Like, he had to... It wasn't just the humanity, but he had family and friends and stuff to defend it. And it just made Superman dying a whole bunch more.
And like, the backstory on that Doomsday. We actually know who that is.
Yes.
It's not just big monster want to punch things.
Yeah. No, it's like someone who wants to get after him. And like...
It was basically almost a bizarre Superman, right? He was like... turned and eating rats in a subway and stuff.
And I think
he loved Lois from his
from his world.
Yeah, the mirror world or whatever.
Yeah. So I think the storyline between Superman and Lois, because like I said, that whole show had the 90s, early 90s characters, the Eradicator, they had Steel, they had a brother in it that I did not expect I would like. Yeah, who becomes the Eradicator. So and then they had Doomsday and a Bizarro. And they had all these characters. And
Automatopoeia.
Yeah! And a weird, strange character. And then they had Mannheim, like a gangster from... They had all these different range of characters, and I finally got to see a live-action Superman deal with it. Mm-hmm. So in my book, that is the best Superman experience I've had ever. So that's why he's up there for me.
Yeah, because like they had a bunch of his rogue gallery was in there. Like that guy was even Brainiac in a way at the end. Like he was kind of a version of like a human Brainiac.
Yeah, he created a Brainiac like virus and stuff. Yeah.
So he fought Brainiac, Lex, and Doomsday. And it didn't get overwhelming for having too many villains to bounce around.
Because we got a Lex suit and stuff, so it just had this balanced. And then well-balanced Clark Kent too, but Tom Welling to me is still the Clark Kent. Yeah. So, but it had so that's why for me, he's up there because we got to see Superman.
And you would tell me that it was like combining the two things, like you get Tyler as the perfect Superman, and then you have Tom Welling's Smallville. And it's like this continuation.
Yeah, it's like a perfect thing.
Connect them to like your perfect Superman story. From beginning to end.
Because you have to ignore some things. Like Lana gets powers in the first one. All this. I'm sure she'll get powers because she marries. And that's another thing. She marries Steel, John Henry Irons, just like in the comics. I'm like, this is amazing, dude. So that's why that Superman is just up there. I know there's only 5 seasons and it was short. And
well, he's in the other ones a little bit too. We get a lot of time with him.
Not the same Superman, though, but still, I got you. Yeah,
we do get a lot of time with him, though.
Yeah.
It was a short, but I like that they didn't do too many seasons and overdo it and have bad seasons. Every season.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 1, Tyler. Gotcha.
Number 2, Brandon Routh.
Wow.
Yeah.
So upon rewatching Superman Returns, it hits you that much.
Yes.
Where it's like, wow, this is actually I slept on you. I treated you too harshly,
well,
Superman.
because after I saw the Kingdom Come, him becoming Kingdom Come Superman, and then him flying at the end, just like Christopher Reeve, and he does in the end of this one, I'm just like, you know what? We treated him harshly. Like, he was such a good Clark Kent, mirroring Chris Reeves and stuff, and then he was such an excellent Superman.
Yeah,
like
paying respect to the legacy character that you're trying to emulate.
Trying to make it his own and stuff. Like,
instead of like, this character was shitty. Let's show you how bad what's wrong with him.
And then him holding Tyler's Jonathan Kent, and him going like, he looks just like my son Jason. I'm like, oh, I remember Jason. I was like, he's canon in this. I was like, oh, chef's kiss. Thank you so much. Like, oh my gosh. And then just him in that suit, and I was just like, yeah, he's number 3. So no, number 2. So number 3, Chris Reeves. Chris Reeves is...
I'm all the way down to 3.
Yeah. I mean, I love him. I love his Boy Scout aspects.
Brandon Routh, more than like the person he was emulating. That's impressive.
Yes. Because
like you said, you got Kingdom Come and you got all these other little...
Yeah. Well, and then he's connected more to comic book stuff because, the Joker killed his family. So we have his world expanded. Although his adventures are exactly the same as Chris Reeves, I imagine his is just like maybe the universe next to it.
Yeah.
Like the Flash is vibrating and he vibrates slightly different, and then he goes to Brandon Routh's like Superman timeline. So Chris Reeves and Brandon Routh, I imagine in my head canon, mirror each other right next to each other.
Yeah.
It just diverts differently. Just like in Tyler's, we have one where he has one son in the CW universe and Flash's universe. Then we have the twins in his own. So we have 2 Tylers, and then we have 2 Chris Reeves universe. And so that's why Chris Reeves, he's the big boy Blue Scout. Like, he's the one that you want Superman to be, the perfect person and all that stuff. And then number 4, I think Dean Cain, because I enjoyed that show.
Yeah. Like I was saying, that show was kind of cool.
It was fun because it was our introduction of a live action after Chris Reeves, and it was just like, and then he got married first in the show before he got married in the comics. So they said, let's make it canon then. So that show made him and Lois get married. So
finally let them be together.
So, and then I think
I know now.
I think my next Superman is Jonathan Kent Superman.
Who?
Jonathan Kent Superman. In the comics.
Oh, comic book ones too. Okay.
In Deceased.
Damn. So we're just gonna keep Henry Cavill way down there.
Because dude, they make Jonathan Kent because he becomes Superman for a little bit, but he hates it. He does not want to be Superman, but he sits there and like he has like the whole time it's just like, would Dad do this? Would Dad do this? But it makes it that's his humanity. He has doubt. Superman, he's an alien who's like almost perfect. Sure, he has doubt, but it shows Jonathan being more human than anyone. So I like that aspect of Superman being half human, being scared, like, so he comes back and he's fighting Doomsday and he's about to die. And that's Superman just pops up out of nowhere, and Jonathan's like, Dad, and Clark says like, it's like, you done perfect, son. It's my turn now, and he beats the crap out of that Doomsday.
Seen that like Doomsday
the panel,
holding Jonathan in his hand. Or
and then Superman comes in, and he turns around and is like, all right, son, you've done good. And he's like, and he just smiles and thanks, Dad, and it claps. So I like that version of, and then at the bottom of my list, Henry Cavill, because again, it's a Hulk. He could have stopped Zod by raising his hands up perfectly. No, instead he screams and murders the guy. That's murder. He had the power to stop him peacefully because he is Superman.
Oh, so that's murder.
Yes.
But Jason with a fucking piano. Okay.
No, that's murder.
All right.
Nah.
But it was stupid. Yeah, like you said, I can never unthink about that.
Why?
Like your hand's immune to the laser. Just put your hand over his eyes.
Yeah. And even if it's not, you could go up to the sun and heal it.
Yeah, if it hurts a little bit, ooh, ouch.
So Henry Cavill, we love you and everything else. Like The Man from U.N.C.L.E., excellent. Geralt of Rivia, excellent. We thought Man of Steel was excellent, and then on rewatch, dude, I don't know. So, Zack Snyder, I love your movies.
If you like just a movie where they just like
destruction
and you don't really care what's happening, then they're fine. It's a fine film. If you don't really care about Superman as a character, like the characterization of Superman, it's a fine movie.
But yeah, because as Apion and I watch more Superman stuff, we understand it's not just his powers; it's the heart of it, and his inner need to be human.
Yes,
so that makes it so much better. So that was our ratings on stuff. Go ahead and leave a comment on what you think of Superman.
Let us know your ranking of Superman.
Yeah. Excellent.
See you guys.